You are?
Tim Richards with AOL.
Jennifer Willey, AOL.
Great. So we're here at the 58th Annual International Festival of Creativity, and why is AOL attracted to the event?
I think it's a great place to find inspiration because we're big believers in creativity. I know that's the heritage of the festival, but it's also a very convenient place to see a lot of people in one spot and the very pleasant surroundings to do it in. So it's a great place to do business.
That's right. Anything to add on that?
Sure, absolutely. I run the strategy group focused on consumer packaged goods and health. And as we're thinking about how do we redesign the web and creativity, it's no better place to come and look back at the best of where we've been over the course of the past year and look forward the next 5 years out so that we can start putting that into everything that we're doing.
Excellent. Are there any particular seminars or workshops you guys are looking forward to for this week?
I just saw a bunch. I saw some interesting ones. You know, the one that was the IMC Squared seminar that talked a lot about kind of the heritage of brands and attaching real meaning to brands and defining what your brand stands for. It was really interesting because it put things in a larger context, larger terms. Again, that's something that we really are big believers in, not just from a cause perspective, but just a larger connecting brands to very meaningful things in people's lives. So it was very good. It was very illuminating.
I'd say two that have stood out for me so far is certainly Draft FCB in terms of how the science behind creativity and really thinking about how do you change how you approach problem solving. And as we all need to do sometimes, and unplug and recharge and step away from the problem to try and find the solution rather than just focusing on the problem. And then the other one was PhD in terms of that next 5 years out and next 10 years out and where is everything going to really reframe how we're thinking about building things out.
That's fantastic. Now, let's step outside this week at Cannes. Where do you guys find your inspiration outside of this week and in the given year in order to keep AOL competitive and creative?
Artists. I think we've tapped into a very interesting kind of direction with using like some world-class and some just emerging artists and letting artists be artists, meaning give them the canvas, don't dictate what we want them to do, or we allow them, we give them a huge platform, and what we've done then is we run their art on our homepage, and so it's very nice exposure for them. But the lesson is let artists be artists and not try to contain them. Just let the talent do its thing, and so I think that can manifest in all sorts of healthy, happy ways on the internet.
And sometimes it's like herding cats.
Yeah, in a delightful way. And yes.
Great.
Yeah, and I would say on a very personal note, I look internally to family from my kids, how they look at the world and technology and advertising and brands incredibly different than we do as adults who grew up without the internet, as well as even just the changing gender stereotypes and how we interact with brands. I have a stay-at-home husband who we talk all the time about how brands just are missing the boat in terms of talking to him, but he's doing the grocery shopping and making the meals and buying the laundry detergent. So really thinking through that and how do we think differently.
Well, I think you probably just gave some clues to Procter & Gamble and Unilever for some focus group testing there. Well, thanks very much, you two. It's great. Pleasure talking to you. Enjoy your week here.
That's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Great. Thanks again.